What is up, Copers? Good afternoon. It's the call-in show. Man, I'm all amped up because right like an hour ago, 2 hours ago, give or take, I saw this article that Bronze Age Pervert published about how we need to start a fertility cult and worship sex and have huge orgies to fix the fertility crisis, and the government's going to pay you like $1 million to have a baby. Spoiler alert, they're not going to fucking do that. And if you sit around waiting for that, you are not going to make it. God, he makes me so angry. Bronze Age Pervert, he makes me so angry. Look at this. Before I start taking calls, look at this. He says, religion isn't best predictor of fertility. Being obese, depressed, and dull with no attention span is. Study this graph. There's no fertility crisis for these non-identity groups. This is what modern societies select for. And so he shows a graph here, okay, where you can see the more to the right, the more on the right side, the more fertility you have, and the more on the left side, the less fertility you have, right? So educational attainment negatively correlates with fertility. Having attention deficit disorder, smoking cigarettes, or being depressed correlate with fertility. And he's like, this is more important than religion. Here's the funny part. If you look at the graph, religion isn't on there, number one. So you actually don't know how this stuff compares to religion because it's not on there. And number two, these are very small effect sizes. Negative 0.04 or up to 0.04. These are virtually negligible. So, and then I said to Grok, like, hey, are these effect sizes actually bigger than religiosity? And no, religiosity is like 0.5 to 1, depending on the group and the study in that, right? 0.5 to 1 versus 0.02 to point. So we're talking about an effect size that is, what is that, 100 times bigger? I'm not good at math. Hold on. Let's go with the biggest size. So 0.5, how do you do the math? Divided by 0.04? Wait, how do you figure that? I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. 0.5 versus 0.0, it's way bigger. It's like at least 20 times bigger. I suck at math, okay? I'm sorry. But I know what a bigger number than a smaller one when I look at it. Oh, God. Wait, Prodigal Hareem, where did you go? I was about to take your call, man. I was about to take your call. Why did you leave me? Now there's no one in here. Rant is finished, okay? Rant is complete. This is just, I don't know. I wrote a Substack article 2 years ago debunking BAP. So BAP, what he does is he constantly attacks religion and tells you that religion doesn't solve the fertility crisis. And I debunked it 2 years ago, and he doesn't engage it. He just keeps lying. He just keeps lying and lying and lying to people because he hates Christianity and he loves pornography. I know, crazy, a guy who calls himself Bronze Age Pervert. Right, Ryan, you're live on the Daily Cope. What's your take?
Hey, what's up, LP? I got some news down here in Florida. So, okay. First of all, I took this job. It was like shit, like corporate hell. Like all these restaurants were owned by corporations. And basically, I took this job as like a busser. And I'm like, whatever, I'll get tip share, get like $30 an hour. Well, once I get there, they're like, yeah, your first 5 shifts aren't tip share. So you're going to be like making like fucking $13 an hour. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm paying like $3 an hour for parking. So I quit that job. The next day, this morning, I'm like, you know what? I got to make some fucking money. I'll do whatever it takes, right? So I go to the gay neighborhood of where I'm at. And I apply to all the restaurants on the strip. And literally within 2 hours, I got a job that starts tonight as a bartender. So I'm making it happen.
Nice, man. Sick.
And I want to say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, and somehow, like, I'm not a fan of the dating apps, but I did this thing where on Hinge you can put like a voice message, and I'm like, don't even, don't even message me. Like, use the voice message so like we keep it like authentic,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this girl does that, asks for my number, and then at like 2 a.m. she calls me and we talked for like 4 hours, and she was like sober.
Nice. Wow. So you guys talk till 6 a.m.?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Very
Nice.
old school.
Did you well, I don't want to ask, but did you guys talk about having kids? I will ask. Did that
Dude,
come up or
she's
no?
like,
No.
dude, she
Too
is like,
soon?
I thought I was like hallucinating. Yeah. She was talking about like kids and like a family, and she talked about her father and all sorts of things.
Nice.
And like it
So
got
like
really
that's
deep
kind of like
quick.
the only thing that matters to me. Like and I don't like not everybody wants the same things as me, but it's like if you talk to a woman for 4 hours that you're interested in dating and kids doesn't come up, that's almost like a red flag. I mean, I wouldn't freak out too much if it's the first conversation, but at least it's good that it did come up and that she wants kids. Like,
She brought that up within like 10 minutes, like real
okay,
relationship stuff
word,
within like
word.
10 minutes. I was like, damn. So yeah, I was just crazy. I've never like had that long of a conversation with a woman my age since I was like fucking 16.
Nice. She got a nice
Yeah.
voice.
She does have a nice voice, and she went to university, good university, and she seems relatively intelligent. We talked about stupid people for like half the time. But yeah, I start my shift at the fucking gay bar tonight.
Wait. Did you tell me it was a gay bar? You said
Well,
you
I mean,
got.
it was kind of implied because I said the gay neighborhood. Like when I say gay neighborhood, it's like legit, like Rainbow Bridge, fucking like you don't see women there. It's only
Oh
dudes.
man, dude! When I was trying to get my first web development job, I interviewed for a job making porn websites, including gay porn. And I would have had to have like looked at gay porn every day. I'm glad in hindsight that they didn't give me the job. I really
That would have
needed a
rotted
job.
your brain.
Yeah, I really needed a job. It's kind of like I imagine you must really need a job if you're going to go work in the gay bar. Those guys are going to try to fuck you, right? You know that. That's
Well,
almost worse because they're going to try to fuck you. I would just be looking at pictures.
yeah. Well, you know what? I'm like 6'4" and like jacked as fuck and on steroids. So like, although that attracts them to me, it also like I'm in
Yeah,
control.
yeah.
And I'm gonna be behind the bar. So whatever, like throw money at me, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
True,
But
true. Okay. Well, good luck with that, man. Call in
all right,
in
I'll
a
let you know how it
few
goes
weeks,
next
and yeah,
weekend.
let
Yeah.
us. Well, I don't think there's a show in a week, but call in sometime and give us an update. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll have stories for days.
All
Good
right,
talking to
man.
you.
All right. Thanks
Bye.
for calling. Cheers. Prodigal Hareem, you're live on the Daily Cope. What's your take?
Hey, sorry I cut out there. I actually couldn't hear you. I think because I joined the
I was
studio while the
muted. I
song was
was
still
muted in
going.
StreamYard. That's
Oh,
my bad. Yeah.
all right, okay. It is what it is. Anyways, first thing I wanted to talk about, I've actually been in Lakewood, New Jersey, driving a truck. That's the Jew-run town where Tyler Oliveira was
Right.
maybe a month ago now.
Yeah.
It is exactly what he says it is, if not worse. I tried to get a comparison. Do you know what the U.S. highway system is within America?
Do I know what the U.S. highway system
U.S. highway,
is?
not interstate. Yeah,
I guess not. I don't
it's.
know.
I tried to find one near you to do a comparison, but there's nothing really close. It's basically a series of routes that are truck capable that will go like from one roadway to another, however it needs to be, to allow for truck traffic into and out of cities that need big amounts of products to come in. Like if there's a Walmart, there's some kind of a truck capable highway near there, to at least get them off of the interstate and in and out safely. There's a main U.S. highway that runs through the middle of Lakewood, and it's about the only route that there is to get to some places in New Jersey, especially down in South Jersey. Now, the problem is it's got like maybe 10 stoplights, and if you get through there at the wrong time, all of the Jews that are allowed to drive will just jump out into the roadway from the side streets and just cut you off while you're trying to get up to speed and get to the next stoplight. And what's even worse is the Hasidim, I don't think they're allowed to drive. Some of them I've seen on bikes, but not nearly as many as on foot. And if it's lunchtime, the ones that are allowed to drive will just randomly stop in the middle of traffic and let them in. And they'll hitchhike across town. It is crazy. The first time I saw them, I was like, holy shit, there's a lot of Jews here. And there really were. For volume, a lot more Jews than I'd seen in anywhere else in New Jersey. So that's one thing. Related to trucking, you did a story a while back, I think last week, in fact, about the Indian guy who had gotten into a truck accident in a bus and killed a bunch of people, and they're still kind of getting away with it. He only served like 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a real problem with them being in mass in our trucking system, not just because they're taking jobs away from Americans, but also because they come from like an honor culture, not a trust culture. Like there's leeway within any company for you to make a mistake for the most part and not get fired, or at least, you know, make up for it by showing, you know, that you go through training, you go through this. But like, they are not, because they're from honor culture, I forget what the term it is, but they have like this level of honor. There's no real like translation for it, that if they lie to you and you call them out on them, they have lost honor. So they will try and get one over on you later on in order to make up for that in their own system.
Right. What are they? There's that term like "is that" or whatever. I don't know.
Yes,
Anonymous
you got it. That's
hold
exactly
on.
It used to be a troll,
Sure.
but now it shows up and might recommend it. It would seem the joke is on me.
Why
for
are you
fuck's
staring at
sake.
me?
I guess I like what I see. I
Hold
got a hotel
on.
down
Yeah,
the
it's.
street. You want to come chill?
Oh,
with
you
me?
can't hear the
Yeah,
super chat,
that's
can
fine.
you?
But hold on.
No,
just
I
to
could-
let you know up front.
I left it on $5 apparently, so that's. Oh my god! All right, hang on, I just want to fix this.
Video?
Yeah, it's a video. Hold on.
All right.
You can hear that now, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, now let me skip it. Okay, thank you for that. All right. Let me
That was funny.
set the. Yeah. All right. Sorry, man.
I missed that. Yes.
So is that?
You know, recently. So it's that. Yeah. You So you really. That's how they justify in their own minds going from having the accident, taking the labels off the truck and running away, or just throwing the driver into another truck. Wipe away all existence of the company.
Yeah, it's funny how honor culture doesn't really correlate with my concept of honor. Like for me, honor and integrity are very closely related. You know.
Yeah, you and me think, oh, we act honorably.
Right.
We have our word and we go by our word. And
yeah,
we say we're
integrity.
gonna do something,
yeah,
and we do it. Or you act apologetically and say, hey, I overshot it. I thought I could pull it off. I couldn't pull it off. I need some help on this. You know, whatever it is, but you don't try and save face, you know, and you don't have this idea that it's right to screw over the little guy the other guy if you can.
Yeah, it's
That's
almost
why
more
you're
like
not gonna
image
see-
culture or something. I don't know.
Yes.
But anyway.
Yeah, image cult. Yes. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. So there's that. The only other thing was war with Cuba. I've said before I'm Cuban. I am not okay with war in Cuba. And I think that the only Cubans that are okay with war in Cuba are people of my dad's generation who are thankfully they're Cuban boomers that think that, oh, we just need the big guy. We need America to come in and straighten the whole thing out and it'll be back to it was before communism. There's no going back to the way it was before communism. It's just not going to happen.
Well, why is
Like,
that?
too
Like
many of them-
I don't know that much about Cuba.
It's never been quote unquote free. I saw somebody comment on Facebook that they wanted to go back to a free Cuba and visit the grave of their uncle who had been killed by communists at 14. And it's never been free. Before it was before it was Castro, it was actually American influence and the mafia under Batista. And before that, it was Spain before Roosevelt went in and quote unquote freed it from that.
Okay.
And before that,
But they don't want to be free. Like
by the English too.
Okay, but like, you know, like communist Russia's, they saw like American cowboy movies and blue jean ads and they wanted to be free. Isn't it like that in Cuba or no?
Not really. You don't know how many of them are alive today that are diehard communists. You don't know how many of your own countrymen you're going to have to kill in order to take it back.
Yeah.
And you don't know what kind of scars that's going to leave.
Yeah.
There's just not going to be the freest Cuba has been as one empire goes into decline and right before another invades and takes over, where like little like anarchist pirate utopias kind of start to flourish.
Yeah.
But it's not real. You know, there's no such thing as a free Cuba.
Okay. All right.
Like, yep. Okay. So on to the next one. Have a nice week. I hope you enjoy your time off. Okay.
Thank you.
Does that start
Appreciate
this week or
yeah,
not?
yeah. Tomorrow. I'm doing YCSP tomorrow and then I'm gone. Yep.
Excellent. Okay. Enjoy yourself, my man. Have a good one.
Thank you. Cheers. John Glean, you're live on the Daily Cope. What's your take?
Hey LP, hey, back in September I posted in your Discord, but after like 30 years of atheism, I'm converting to Christianity and finally getting baptized in Easter.
Whoa, speed run. What's the, hey, where's the fire? I'm just joking, but that's awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah. It's been a long journey, so I'm excited.
Word. Well, so when did you, like, how long has the journey been since you like when did you start going to church or?
Well, actually, I wasn't sure which church to go to, so I went to like 26 different denominations just to get like a sampling.
Yeah.
And like 2 different Catholic churches, 3 different Lutherans, like just all these different types. But yeah, it was just a lot of soul searching, a lot of Bible reading. Stone choir helped a lot, like just getting that oomph to go, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I've picked the choice that's right for me, and yeah.
Can you share where did you land on?
Traditional Catholicism, which I don't know how that goes in this chat.
Boo! No, I'm just joking.
Sorry.
Nice. Cool, man. Cool. I've never been to a Catholic church. I really can't judge. So
yeah. The Latin Mass I go to is a little different than the regular one. The Novus Ordo is what they call it. It's sort of, it's more Protestant-y.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
The Latin Mass, they chant entirely in Latin for most of it. When they read the gospel and stuff, it's in English, but they're mostly like praying to the altar, like they're not even facing you. It's kind of unique. It's very interesting. But I did go to an Orthodox church and I went to all sorts. So yeah.
Cool, man. Anything else you wanted to share?
Well, if we have time, I was thinking about like what's going on with Trump and the Iran thing, right? Because you know he seemed to resist like going further along with Iran, even with Israel telling him to in the first term. Like I remember like Iran bombed some ships or something, and there was a big push for him to do a full invasion, and he never did it. So like I was like, what's changed? And I kind of wonder, because after he got shot, he suddenly started talking like kind of religiously and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he got that religious advisor that's like that Pentecostal, like
that crazy woman.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's partially it, because he's been talking about how he thinks he's going to go to hell, and he's like worried about his legacy and stuff. And I wonder if that's genuinely influenced it, because he wasn't like anti-Israel in the first term, but he's like do or die, it seems now. So I wonder if that has something to do with it.
Yeah, well, so I don't know if there was like a really big push to escalate the war. Where are you getting that from?
Well, I remember that, like, John Bolton and all of his advisors were, and like, Shapiro and the types were telling him, like, you need to go in. It would be the best. And
I did
just
see that
ignored
they
them.
are like, there's always, tweets and you don't know what's real, but I saw a tweet, I think yesterday, that they said the Pentagon is like drawing up plans for an invasion. Not that they necessarily are, but
it's kind of rough because like the best thing right now would just be to like pull out and wash his hands of it. But if he did that, all Israel would have to do is just throw themselves in harm's way, and then he has two choices: like let Israel out to dry, or keep going with the war. And it seems like he got us into this war in the first place for Israel's sake, so he's not going to do option one. So it's like I don't see a good way out of this. It's pretty disappointing.
Yeah, man, I hear you. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I think it'll be okay. I think in terms of like the average guy like me, like this is what I think. This is my prediction. The war will go on for like years, and well, maybe not, but that's kind of like worst case scenario, and everything will get more expensive, and that'll basically be like the real effect on normal Americans who don't have family in the army and stuff like that.
Yeah, because if everything gets more expensive, then the Democrats will win, because that's just how American politics works. If things get more expensive, you vote out the guys in power.
Yeah.
And then the Democrats make like white nationalism illegal and start importing millions more than what we have now. And it's like,
it's not good. It's not good.
Not good. Yeah.
All right, man. Okay.
All right. Good talking to you.
Yeah. Thanks for calling. Cheers. Caps, you're live on the Daily Cope. What's your take, sir?
Hey, LP, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Oh, you can? Good. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's Caps from Swift Current.
Yeah. What's up, man? Are you in Swift?
Yeah. I've been here for pretty much my whole life, but I've been here for about the last 7 years consistently.
Okay. What's up, man?
And I own a gym here.
Oh, really?
And a funeral home.
Crazy.
So it's a good combo.
Yeah. Either people are healthy and you're making money, or they're dying and you're making money. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Kind of working against myself a little bit in the long run, though.
Yeah. Is your gym downtown? Is your gym downtown? Where is it located?
What's that, sorry?
Say what?
We're kind of talking over each other a bit here. Like the gym is the Iron Office. If you look it up.
Where is it located? Is it downtown or?
It's downtown. Yeah, it's about a block down from Credit Union.
Okay. Because I used to.
But yeah, no, I was saying you've been talking. Oh.
It's like a delay or something. I'm
not sure why. Yeah, I'm just on StreamYard, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know, man. What? So
yeah,
okay, what's up though?
Yeah, I just been saying that. I'm sorry, I'm not sure why this is so bad.
What's on your mind, dude?
Yeah, but just saying that you've been talking about coming to Swift quite a bit lately.
Yeah, I want to for Christmas, hopefully. Probably won't. But...
Well, when you come down, I'll hook you up with a gym. You'll have a free gym while you're here.
Word. Good. Cool. That sounds good.
Have you thought much about Swift Current? Like what's changed here and that kind of thing? Because it's definitely changed quite a bit.
I'm sure it has. It always does when you go back after a long time. I mostly think about people I just want to look up when I'm there, people I know from like high school and shit like that, but I don't really think about it. We probably won't make it back unless I go alone, which I don't really want to be away from the family for Christmas. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, whenever it works out. It's definitely, since COVID, it's been a big change. Like before that, it was still probably about, 90% local and maybe about 10% Filipino. But now it's you got like the younger age groups. It's about like 40% Indian now. So it's changed a lot.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate to hear that. Man, when I grew up there, it was so white. It was insanely white. It was like 99.8% white. Is the Lyric Theater still open?
Is the what still open?
The Lyric Theater?
Yeah, it's still going, yeah.
Cool. I used to, before it was that, it was the Inferno nightclub, and I knew the owner, and I was like a DJ and a bartender there way back in the day. It's good times.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like I always think back, it was actually like, it's changed quite a bit even since I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, it was quite a bit different too. Like I remember in 5th grade, we had the teacher like sit the whole class down and explain to us like what it was to not be white, because we were getting our first non-white student, and that was in like grade 4.
Yeah.
And it was just one Filipino kid. And now I look at my niece's class here, and it's about 50-50, 50% non-white.
That's crazy.
And it's like 20 years difference.
Filipinos, man. All right, Cap. So I'm gonna go to the next caller here because there's some kind of weird delay thing. So
yeah, sorry about that.
No worries. Thank you for calling.
Not sure what that was, but yeah, good chatting with you.
All right, man. Cheers. All right, cool guy number 1. You're live on the Daily Cope. What's your take?
Hey, can you hear me all right? Are we delayed?
I hear you.
Are we delayed? I hope not. Oh, Lord.
I don't know. Are we? What's
I
up,
don't know.
man?
Are we? Hey, I wanted to come on here because I've been listening to you the last couple of days pretty frequently.
Okay.
And I wanted to agree with you on a few takes. You talk about an issue, and I wanted to talk about an issue that might be important in the future. You brought it up saying that immigration is probably the most important thing we need to focus on. And I agree. Definitely the same issue. And I think that Nick's clip brought up the other day, there was kind of a problem, which is the slogan, America First. You've heard that probably from him. You've heard it from Trump before. Are we delayed?
No, I hear you. I'm here.
All right, cool. The reason I bring that up is because when you ask, who is America? When people say America First, everybody seems to give you a different answer. I mean, I know who it is. You know who it is. The chat knows who it is. But the boomers out there and the normies, they don't know. Or if they do know, all the levers of power are arranged to make them forget or redefine. But the way I see it is there's the 3 versions. And this is the point I'm trying to make here. I think the battle among the white nationalists will be for this phrase and ultimately the definition of who America is and what America First means. Because we got the MAGA version, which is like legal immigrants and whoever comes here, that's America. We've got Nick's version, but I don't know. To me, he hasn't been super clear on that for me. I hear a bunch of different opinions from him. And in the interest of not causing infighting, let me just say his version is not clear to me. I don't think he is for the 1790s version of America, but I'm not sure. That might be too purist, but hear me out for a second. And this is my point. I think we need to capture the idea while it's in the air of who America is. Because it's like you said the other day on stream, all this stuff is connected. Pride in your race is connected to the pride in your family line, pride in yourself. Without these core tenets, are out of control, and we don't even know who we are. So I'd say that the identity crisis of America is even bigger than the issue of immigration, but they are tied together. And without knowing who we are is to not be able to close the borders. So honestly, that's why I like the 3rd version of all this, the America First, which is like the Thomas Rousseau version. In my opinion, I think that's probably the best version of the America First. It's been on his slogans, on stickers and everything for a long time. And I think we need to claim that phrase, America First, because it might get wrestled away from us. And I don't know. What do you think about that, man?
Well, what is the Thomas Rousseau version? Is it just like wasps are Americans or whatever. As far as I'm concerned, we could just say white first, and that should be like clear to everybody. And it's clean. It doesn't. You don't need a definition really in 99. But anyway, like what is Thomas Rousseau's version? Because I don't know exactly
just
what
basically
you mean.
gives legitimacy to the 1790s version of the American citizen that you talk about all the time, and you've shown it before. It's like, what does it say? It's like a good,
a free white man of good character, or good moral character, or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, if you just look at his org too, PF. I mean, it's pretty much they try to go for the American aesthetic. So I think that's his version is the 1790s white version. But I mean, it's true. You saw him on the podcast, an interview that told him it's like you should just say white first, and he didn't say. He's like, I don't know. I don't know. I forgot exactly what he said, but did you see him on that podcast? It was a pretty big one.
The Thomas Rousseau. That sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't remember exactly.
It's a podcast that's run by some Indian immigrant guy who's like,
Patrick David Bett. Yeah. Well, the thing is they make it like when they say stuff like that, they make it like an accusation. You know what I mean? It's like when they say you should just say white first. There's this underlying subtext that there's something wrong with that. But I'm sure Rousseau gave a good answer. I like Patriot Front. I like Thomas Rousseau. I'll have to try to get him on the show sometime.
That is cool. I do like the org. I mean, I'm a fan of it. Because if we don't take that phrase America first, did you see how the left tried to claim it? Like during the No Kings thing and the ICE raids, we saw all these leftists dress up like founding fathers with powdered wigs and shit to try to claim to love America in order to try to destroy America through immigration. And I think that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I guess I just don't care about the phrase that much. I'm not married to it in any kind of way. So
I guess what I'm trying to do with the phrase is use it as just to try to say, by saying America first, when Trump says it, it means something totally different than when you or I say it.
Sure.
And that's the
problem with the phrase, right? That's like,
yes.
Like to me, it's kind of like, I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to solve for here. And I just wanted to give that take. I know I've already taken up a couple minutes, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and also I'm working on an audiobook project, and one of the guys in the chat, I told him that I'd call in on the call-in show so he could judge my voice. Because I didn't want to use an AI voice. But all right. Thanks, man. I'll catch you a little later, LP. I'll see you around.
All right. Well, I think you have a nice voice for what it's worth.
Thanks, boss. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks for calling. Cheers. Space Godzilla, you're live on the Daily Cope. What's your take?
How's it going, LP?
Good, man.
All right. So do you remember last week when Sergeant Hoddle called in and said that, he basically said that capitalism is failing because of all the foreigners coming in, and that communism is better?
Wait, say again.
All right. Do you remember when Sergeant Hoddle called in saying that communism is better because they don't have a bunch of foreigners coming in?
Oh, well, yeah, he's like saying like communist China or whatever. I don't think that's exactly how he put it, but okay. I do recall the conversation now, yes.
I wanted to push back on that a bit because here's what I have to say. So regardless of what you think about capitalism, it was developed by white Christian men as what they thought was the best way to run their economies at the time. And Sergeant Hoddle is doing something a lot of leftist shitheads do, where they look at a system that works well with white Christians, and then so when a bunch of other races and religions come, it fails. Of course it fails. It was made for white Christians, and instead of seeing that obviously that means that white Christian society is incompatible with other races and religions, regardless of the economic system, he instead is saying that that it's a failure with the system white Christians came up with instead. You know what I mean?
Yes, but I think that I remember at the end of the call I said like just to be clear, I'm not a communist, and the problem is the demographics, and I'm sure he agreed with that as well. So I don't think he was really pro-communism. I don't remember specifically exactly what was said, but Yes, I think we all agree with you that the problem is the demographics. I don't think that's a contentious take in these parts.
I guess not. Devin Stack put it pretty well. I think it was in his EverQuest stream from 2023. I think it was called the Insomnia Stream EverQuest edition, where he says that capitalism is cool in a white Christian society, but Jews and capitalism is a bad mix.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is like we don't have like we are like we're so socialist, man. When you look at it, like I was just looking at this video of this black chick taking her kid to the eye doctor that Allison posted on the Twitter account today, and like the doctor, like the kid wasn't cooperating, and the doc, you know, he's being like a little black, like you know, like what's the word, like I don't know, like belligerent or whatever. And the doctor was like, I don't know, you might have to take him to a specialist. And she was just like, yeah, I think we'll take him to the specialist. And I'm just thinking like, I know I'm fucking paying for all of this somehow. You know what I mean? Like we have so much welfare and like socialism in America. You know, it's like those tweets too about how like homeless people, there's more money spent on homeless people than like the median income of the cities they live in now. You know, like we just spend so much fucking money on everything. How is this capitalism? Well, I'm getting raped for my taxes and my tax money is getting spent on bullshit. How is it capitalism? So
I totally agree, LP. I just wanted to make the point that I believe capitalism is a good system for white Christian society.
I think it's okay too. I don't know. Corey Mahler isn't like a big fan of capitalism. Like he's totally anti-usury, and he believes in like debt jubilees and stuff like that, which is like old school Christian thinking, I guess. So nigger. So but I don't want to argue about it. I agree that capitalism loosely defined is a good system.
All right. The last thing I wanted to say before I log off was I wanted to say congratulations to Gabber Piet for his conversion to Christianity. Welcome to the team. Christ is King.
Based. Cool. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Always a pleasure, Space Godzilla.
For sure. I love this show.
Thank you. Cheers. All right. We got Ked's Dead, and then Manny Q, and then DJD. All right. Ked's Dead, you're live on the Daily Cope. What's your take?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's Nick Shirley or Tyler Oliveira that's about to do a documentary about the Indians here in Dallas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro, like where I live.
Okay.
And, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm kind of scared too, though, because like I feel like if I get that type of information, I kind of got on it, like. Not like I have to do anything, but it like might have to leave, dude. Like, you know, if it's really that, I'm not gonna like stick around and get like raise my kids in, you know, like an Indian populated hellhole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know I do, because I said like when we took our kid to preschool, and there's like 5 Indian kids in the class of like, you know, 20 to I think it's around 25 kids or so. So, you know, it's my son's preschool. It's like, you know, whatever that is, like 20% Indian. And you go there and they're speaking Punjabi and they smell bad.
Well,
and I'm just thinking to myself, this ain't right. What do these people do?
Well, here in Dallas, like, okay, so I went to high school out here, graduated 09. I went to college. I was in the Boston area, and then I came back for a job. I guess this was in 2023, and me and my wife got this townhome because we just need a place on the fly, and we had like an Indian landlord. And I remember my mom. She's like, well, you know, this, because she still lived in the area. She's like, yeah, that place is a nice area of town. It should be great. And I was like, yeah, but the landlords in the project or property management's Indian. I was like, I don't know if I want to deal with that. And she's like, oh, don't be racist. I was like, yeah, they're probably fine. You're right. It's a nice area. Dude, worst decision I ever made. Like, I should have just trusted my racism, bro. They ended up like keeping my deposit, and then charging me an extra $2,000 after we moved out for stuff that like they never repaired while we were living there. And like I just didn't feel like putting up a fight for it, so I just gave them the money. But like, and the whole area where we were living at was it's called Valley Ranch, but it's a nicer area. But there was just Indians everywhere, and it wasn't like that when I was like in high school. And they're like everywhere, bro. There's trash like there's like a canal where there's like a walkway for like a walking trail, and they'd like throw the trash in the canal. It's just super disgusting. And the other thing about them though is not only are they shitty landlords and stuff and trashy, but they afford to live in the nice parts of town out here.
Yeah.
Like they drive Teslas and live in like Frisco and these like McMansion, like $1 million homes. So I know there's some scamming going on.
Of course. They're literally brown Jews, dude. They like you. How do you think they get these truck driving licenses when they don't know how to drive? They run the schools. They get government loans to own gas stations. I mean, they're just the hotel, right? The Patel cartel, like they take over. They are literally brown Jews. That's all you need to know about Indians. There's
I hate it. What are you saying?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Just
well, no, it's that feeling. You know, I've heard you say this before. That feeling where you see like a black family in like a nicer house, and you're just like, that's not
right. Yeah. Like yeah, it's like seeing. It's like yeah. No, yeah, you're just like, this isn't right. It's not supposed to look like this. Yeah.
Yeah, and like here I am over here busting my ass to get like the house I did, and then there's these immigrants that are just getting better houses than me. It's like, how are they affording that? It just doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. I may, if it really is as bad, like once that documentary comes out, I'm gonna watch it. If it looks like it's like they're invading and there's no way out, I could see this movie in the next 5 years.
I think it's probably Tyler Oliveira or whatever. We'll check that out when it comes out. All right, Kez, I got more callers I got to get to.
All right, later.
All right, thanks, man. Cheers. Manny Q, you're live on the Daily Cope. What's your take?
Hey, man. Hey, guess what? I just came from the self-deportation recently.
Oh, you were in Mexico?
Yeah, I self-deport myself to Baja last week, and I just came back yesterday.
So you're like on a vacation?
Sort of. Turns out life is better in America, man. It's all full of shit. It's a shithole over there, full of potholes and stuff.
I thought Baja was nice.
There, I actually learned something today about what happened over here in the U.S. If you follow Twitter and if you follow like the news over here, especially in L.A., they just cancel Cesar Chavez. Do you hear about that news?
I thought Baja was nice. Isn't that like a tourist destination? Am I tripping?
Because a lot of the places are beaches. You actually look at what Baja, like the images of Baja, you're talking about beaches like Tijuana, Rosarito, Ensenada, La Paz, Baja California Sur, Los Cabos, Cabo San Lucas, and the beaches in the middle of all of that. Though. But I actually went to Mexicali, which is the Baja state capital. I'm actually from there. And it's just like a hot desert. We're talking about worse than Phoenix type of desert. Because at least Phoenix is nice. They keep their infrastructure nice. Over there, it's like full of potholes, full of homeless people, full of immigrants trying to cross the border and shit.
Okay, got it. So, what were you asking about?
Oh, no. When I was there, I actually learned that they just canceled Cesar Chavez. And I was laughing, though, because they canceled him 30 years after the fact. Like everybody knew he was kind of like a womanizer. He was kind of like a rapist. He was going into teenage girls. Apparently, he raped a 12-year-old.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then like it's funny though because like everybody knew, and he actually was against like illegal immigrants, believe it or not, because he was messing up with his union efforts in the agricultural sector. Everybody knew. And for some reason, New York Times put a story and then everyone started canceling. Now you go to universities in California, the streets, they're changing the streets, they're covering it. Like, look it up, man. Like, this is like the typical cancel culture shit like the leftists do. And suddenly everyone becomes so morally concerned and pear-crushing. It's actually fucking hilarious.
I mean, raping a 12-year-old, though, that's kind of serious.
No, it is, man. It's kind of fucked up, though. But at the same time, like everybody knew, though. Like if you actually research
Yeah.
deep before even canceling, he was kind of like a womanizer, bro. And
Yeah.
and her wife, Dolores Huerta, who's still alive, she knew all this stuff. And like,
Right.
and people who really research and try to tell the people, hey,
No,
he
I
was
get-
not like a
yeah.
freaking guy that you put in this name in the street and shit. And like, when you tell that to the actual leftists over here, like the Chicano leftists, they got pissed. And suddenly, like last week, the New York Times posted a story about him saying all of that, and then he suddenly got canceled.
We heard you. Okay, I got it, Manny. I gotta go to the next caller. Okay.
Soul Divider.
All right, man, just go say hi.
Manny
All right,
talks
thank
like
you,
a
Manny.
Tijuana tranny. Very Seuss.
Okay. DJD, you're live on the Daily Cove. What's your take? You're muted. You gotta unmute yourself if you can there. Oh wait, he left. Hold on. DJD, you're still showing as muted. There you go. What's up, man? Hello? Say DJD, say so. Can you hear me? You're what?
I can't hear you, man. I'm sorry. I might try and call back in.
Okay. It's weird because he was in here for so long. Spoons, you're live on the Daily Cope. What's your take?
Hey man, long time no see.
Yeah,
I
what's
did
up?
want to ask about the whole issue that you guys have with your demographics and the American identity. And when I say this, I tend to piss off a lot of Americans because we come at it from a more European perspective, which is that.
Are
pretty
you
much
that
all-
aristocratic utensil guy on Twitter?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Your accent, you don't have a really very British accent. I'm surprised that you don't have that strong of an accent.
Because I'm South African.
You're South African.
Yes, but I've lived in Europe for 24 years, hence why I sound all weird.
Got it. Okay. So you were talking about American identity?
Yeah, because the way that I would say it almost bleeds into the political perspective, because if you look at all the European nations and partly some of Asia as well, is they're always they're old nations built on bloodlines and lineage. And America doesn't really have that. I mean, it has sort of the founding stock, but as far as ruling and hierarchy goes, it basically rejected the European old world in favor of what would be considered at the time radically progressive worldview of just, you can rule yourself and you can't because, government is government and it always has absolute power regardless of what form of government it is. And so it's quite strange for me to hear Americans talk about lineage and whiteness when I've known many Americans who absolutely hate Europe. And I always just find that bizarre because I'm like, well, where do you think your founding stock comes from?
Yeah. So, okay. Well, so first of all, when they made the country, they had a very strong concept of whiteness. That was in the Naturalization Act. We don't need to rehash that again, but we all know it's in there.
Yeah,
I think Americans hating Europe is like mostly a meme, and I think like a lot of it is because it's permissible because you can shit talk Europeans and nobody calls you racist. So that's like, I think that's something that's like became deeply embedded, especially over the last like 60, 80 years as the anti-racism thing really picked up steam. Obviously, there's always been like a little bit of like, anti-monarchy because of the whole like Revolutionary War and stuff like that. But I don't think it's that serious.
I would say you can sell Americans on monarchy pretty easy. Just have to do it through taxation.
Do it through taxation or don't what?
Do it through taxation. If you just tell them, hey, look, you get rid of like 90% of the federal government, you have one person with absolute power, they suddenly become a lot more amenable to the idea.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely an idea that's grown on me over time. Anyway,
yeah.
So I don't know. Does that answer your statement, or were you looking for more?
Yeah, no. It's just I just kind of wonder like where is America gonna go with that politically, because it's not really something that Americans can, because Europe can always just go, we're English. Like whenever I hear anyone talk about like ethnic anything in Europe, it is okay. This is gonna sound kind of cruel, but it is a completely Americanized worldview of just anyone can cross the border of anywhere in Britain or in Ireland or France, and suddenly you're French because like you have ancestors going back there like a generation ago. Like, no. This is like a state that's like 1,000 years old.
Yeah,
like
of
it is
course.
completely bloodline and heritage.
But do you,
Like,
I
the
don't
idea
like
that
see. I
anyone that
don't
isn't
think
white-
like UK nationalists. Like I don't think they really want to get rid of Germans and Frenchmen. Do you know what I mean? Like that's sort of like. I feel like the people who say that they just think
French
it's like.
one, yeah, definitely.
I think they think it's like a better argument. It's like, oh well, if we just go by being English, then it's like sort of more defensible and less racist than if we just say, right, because like but I don't think people really are bothered, are they, by Germans and stuff like that? Like, and there's the thing is there's so much. It's worse in America, obviously, but like the intermarriage and the race mixing between white people that makes it all kind of blend together at a certain point. Like you guys are never gonna have like DNA testing people to see if they're English and then kicking them out. Because I don't think anybody cares.
No.
People just want to live around white people. That's all anybody cares about. Can we just be honest about that?
Of Gibbs, yeah. Although I will say, as far as English people goes, the way that I would frame it is to tell people, because everyone just says, "Oh, it's just because you don't hate, well, you just hate Browns." Well, this
Yes.
stupid fucking argument. By the way, the
No,
person who said the
truth.
phrase "third worldist," fuck off. I hate that person because I've seen that argument leveled at absolutely everything, and frankly, it's just fucking pissing me off at this point. But the way that English people would frame it is obviously there's a hierarchy of people who they would naturally want to get rid of. Generally,
Mhm.
people that consume more than they return to the system is obviously going
Right.
to be the first and foremost.
Yeah.
But if you said to a bunch of English people, "Hey, look, we're going to get rid of a certain amount of English people and replace them with Germans or French,"
Wow.
doesn't matter if they're white, they're French or German, they're not English. They're still going to get pissed off.
Well, yeah, because you're framing it as getting rid of, which doesn't really
just
make
remove
sense.
it.
Well, we're going to kill English people to make room for Germans. What are we even talking about now?
Yeah, basically a Second World War argument kind of thing. But,
All right,
but
man.
yeah,
I'm running out of time, as I'm going to try to get through these other calls. Okay.
out over it. Cheers, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Spoons. All right, DJD, can you hear me?
Yo, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I don't know why your audio cuts out as soon as I join.
That's weird. Can you check your? Well, I guess you can't hear me, so I can't tell you what to do. Well, that's unfortunate. Revelator, you're live on the Daily Cope. What's your take?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just happened to hop in, right? And I was listening. I was like, is this aristocratic utensil? I'm like, oh, it is. And I just saw the thing, so that was interesting. But to go.
Do you guys did the Groypers beef with that guy? I was kind of picking up on.
Not that I know of. I've watched him. I like his
Okay.
Like, I didn't know he was like based until like somewhat recently, like really like, you know, truly racially so. But yeah, I don't think Groypers dislike him at all. I'm not the Groyper, you know, so.
You
I don't
are.
have
You're
my
the
finger on
ambassador for the Groypers to the Daily Cope. You literally represent them.
Haha, very funny. But to continue off what you guys were saying, right? What you were saying, it reminded me of what Sneeko has been posting. He has been brown clowning recently, extremely so. And I understand his apprehension to someone, you know, saying third worldist. I totally get it. It gets thrown out at everyone. But honestly, the shit he's saying is genuinely, what else would I call it than like third worldist? You know, your race doesn't matter, your ancestors, that doesn't matter. Just, it's only about you. It's like, come on, man. And I remember I tweeted at him. I'm like, when he keeps saying that, he sounds like some like whore who's.
Well, I wouldn't call
yelling.
that third worldist. I would call that liberal. What you just said. That's like liberalism in a nutshell, or individualism. True. But those are kind of the same thing. But he's like talking about how much he loves Muslims all the time. Which now we're in the third world.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Right. But when he keeps on saying that, it sounds like the whore who constantly yells, body count doesn't matter. It's like, sorry, bud. Just like how body count matters, people's race, people's ancestry, that matters. And Islam or even Christianity isn't going to make that go away. And why would it? Christianity is not going to try and like destroy the truth. It's just the truth of the matter. It's like even... and I can understand his apprehension, right? Because maybe he comes from a culture, Haitians. Need I say more, right? But it's like he could figure out a way. Maybe he could be like, okay, maybe my group hasn't done as much as other people, but maybe I could be the first in the line to really make something that lasts generations to come. That
he's not really Haitian either, though, is he? He's like a Jewish Asian Haitian. Like he's literally
Filipino,
a Jewish.
Haitian. Yeah, it's just like honestly, bro, I don't hate him. But that's a nightmare I would not wish on anyone. I would not. He doesn't know who he is. He genuinely doesn't. So
yeah.
And with someone like me, right? I'm 100% Nigerian, right? I've looked at my family past.
Wait, I thought you're like half white or something.
Ha ha ha! No, I'm 100%.
No, I'm not even joking. I seriously thought you were like some kind of like American mulatto.
Really? I thought I've already said it.
We may have it sometime. I don't remember a lot of the.
But yeah, I'm 100%.
Okay.
What is it? Because I don't have an accent?
Yeah, you're articulate for starters. You can speak English, so that's usually the first. You don't speak in 80 IQ Ebonics for starters, so that was probably what confused me.
I can't even argue with that too much. But yeah, I am 100% Nigerian, and I remember asking my father, right? Some of my history. He told me, his dad was a chief, and his dad before then was a chief, right?
Okay.
So it's interesting,
yeah, you're
stuff
Nigerian
like that.
Nobility. Whoa.
You could say that, yeah. Oh, I know it. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like that's comparable to the pharaohs or the, kings and queens of Europe.
Say the line. Say the line. We was kangs.
I'm not that delusional, all right, but it's just looking. You could be like, okay, you come from something and you can make more from yourself, but instead of trying to do that, he just tries to destroy it all, and it's like. That doesn't help anyone. It just makes everyone just boring. Again, I remember seeing someone post about it where it's like, yeah, because people, sorry, like Asians, I'll take back the third worldist thing because many Asians say this too. Asians, Indians, they'll say, oh, you're only obsessing over your ancestry. You suck right now, and you're just using it as a crutch. It's like the thing is though, what these people don't understand, it's not even about taking necessarily the accomplishments of your ancestors. It's like you are the product of your ancestors. You did not just exist out of nowhere. Like someone like me, I would never be born white. I can't just switch, or Asian in the same.
All right, man. I'm running out of time. I got another caller I want to try to get to.
Sorry, but
no, it's all good.
Man. Nice to see you, though.
All right, Revelator. Thank you, man. Cheers. Chad, you are live on the Daily Cope. What's up?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just trying to get my settings all sorted up here.
Can you hear me?
Fucking boys, sucking and licking you jerk cocks dry. Knowing where those big cocks have been, sucking and licking those big cocks.
And that's the show. Thank you. Thank you. YCSP tomorrow, and then I'm gone for a week. Okay, so fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Thank you. Catch you on the flip side. Peace out.